Welcome. Today's Global Finance Advising class is going to expound upon a topic that came up in our last session, and that's regarding the trade of US dollar currency pairs. In our last class, we mentioned that we recommended trading the major currencies that include the USD. To be specific, to define a major currency, it's basically a currency that's on this list that is matched with the US dollar. The question is, why is the US dollar considered to be the king of all the currencies? Let's begin with the most traded currencies. Number one is the Euro USD at around 28%. Then we have the United States dollar versus the Japan yen at about 14%. And then we have the Great British pound versus the USD at 9% of the FX market. Have you yet to notice a huge percentage of the Forex market is tied into the US dollar? It's actually about 85% of the Forex market. So when people tell you that the dollar is weak or that it's going down, that's relatively speaking, because we're always going to be on top. The reason why the US dollar is so strong is because the US economy is the largest economy in the world. The United States dollar is the reserve currency. When you look at the currency reserves, they're mostly backed by the US dollar. And the United States also has the largest and most liquid financial markets in the world. The United States has a super stable political system, and the United States is the world's sole military superpower. So there's a lot of reasons why the dollar is considered to be king. Another reason is the US dollar is the medium of exchange for many international transactions. For example, oil is priced in US dollars. So if Mexico wants to buy oil from, let's say, Saudi Arabia, it can only be bought with the US dollar. If Mexico doesn't have any dollars, it has to sell its pesos first and buy US dollars. So now let's take a look at all the currency pairs available to you that you could trade in your demo account. But again, we're going to stress the idea that trading the major currencies is going to provide you with the most returns. Though we do encourage you to trade the major currencies, you do have your own right to rebel against the machine and trade the global markets based on your own views. Currency pairs that don't contain the US dollar, they're known as cross currency pairs or simply as the crosses. Major crosses are also known as minors. The most actively traded crosses are derived from the three major non-US dollar currencies. That would be the Euro, Japan yen, and the Great British pound. So here, let's take a look at the euro crosses. The euro is the second largest power in the FX market. If you wanted to trade the euro crosses, there is money to be made all over the world in the forex. So the euro crosses include the euro versus the Great British pound. The eurozone is against the Switzerland franc, and then we have the euro versus the Canadian dollar, the euro versus the Australian dollar, and then lastly have the euro versus the New Zealand dollar. And here, let's take a look at the Japanese yen crosses. That includes the Eurozone versus Japan, United Kingdom versus Japan, Switzerland versus Japan, Canada versus Japan, the Australian dollar versus Japan, and then again the New Zealand dollar versus Japan. And the Great British pound crosses are the pound Swissy or the pound Aussie or the pound Loonie and the pound Kiwi. And here's some more funny names for these other crosses, these mixed crosses. Here we have the Aussie Swissy, the Aussie Loonie, the Aussie Kiwi, the Loonie Swissy, the Kiwi Swissy, and the Kiwi Loonie. And if you want to just trade these currencies because they sound cool, more power to you. However, again, we do want to reiterate that the United States major currency pairs are the ones that we recommend for our trading system. Okay, and Then you also have exotic crosses. Exotic pairs are made up of one major currency paired with the currency of an emerging economy, such as Hong Kong, Singapore, South Africa, Thailand, Mexico, Brazil. There could be other additional exotic pairs depending on which retail forex broker you use. Keep in mind, though, that these pairs aren't as heavily traded as the majors or even the minors, so the transaction costs associated with trading these pairs are usually bigger. Again, thank you for joining us at Global Finance Advising. Your participation is appreciated. You are a great student, and I look forward to continued success with you and yours. Have a wonderful day until next time, and let's make it a great money multiplying day.